There was a time when silence felt louder than crowds, when breathing felt like work, where hope felt like a rumor, and where people told each other this so that they wouldn't drown alone. There was a time when a mirror didn't show a man, it just showed pressure, expectations, just someone trying not to fall apart in front of the little eyes that are watching him. But something changed, not all at once, not like lightning, but more like a sunrise, slow, quiet, and undeniable. Because one day, a tiny hand grabbed my finger, and I was like I was the safest place in the world. And suddenly, I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was needed, not for perfection, not for money, not for status, but for presence, just for love, just for showing up. And I realized joy doesn't always arrive loud. Sometimes it tiptoes in, wearing footy pajamas, laughing at absolutely nothing, and turning a living room into a kingdom. Sometimes joy looks like, Dad, watch this, or Dad, come play, or Dad, one more hug. And in those moments, the weight doesn't disappear, but it gets lighter, because purpose lives differently than pressure. I used to think legacy was something that you left behind, but now I know the legacy is something that runs towards you, with messy hair and open arms, Connor's laughter, Elena's imagination, the shepherd's quiet wisdom in his newborn eyes. They don't see the battles, they don't see the court dates, the paperwork, the sleepless nights, wondering if you're enough. They just see Dad, the jungle gym, the protector, the snack negotiator, the monster chaser, the safe place. They don't see the struggle. They see the strength. And maybe that's the miracle, because even on the days when I feel like I'm held together by duct tape and prayer, they see someone unbreakable. And maybe being unbreakable doesn't mean never cracking. Maybe it means learning how to shine through the cracks, because happiness isn't the absence of pain, it's the decision to keep loving anyway, to keep laughing anyway, and to keep building anyway. Even when the road is uphill and when the nights are long and when the future feels uncertain, we still show up and we still try and we still believe, because hope isn't soft. Hope is stubborn. Hope is waking up after every reason not to. Hope is trying, tying little shoes, packing little lunches, hearing little voices say, "I love you, Dad," and believing them. So if you ask me what happiness looks like, it looks like fingerprints on the walls, toys on the floor, bedtime negotiation, and hugs that last longer than the day's worry. It looks like chaos that somehow feels like peace. It somehow feels like peace. It looks like love that somehow makes everything make sense. And I may not have everything figured out, but I have everything that matters. And after everything life has tried to take, we're still here, we're still laughing, still loving, still building something beautiful out of everything that they tried to break us for. And if that isn't powerful, I don't know what is. Because real joy isn't fragile, it's forged. And we didn't survive, we smiled.